So FBI Director Kash Patel announced on X, what was this, earlier today, I think. He said, I can confirm that the FBI arrested a Chinese national within the United States who allegedly smuggled a dangerous biological pathogen into the country. The individual, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, is alleged to have smuggled a dangerous fungus called Fusarium graminearum.
You wouldn't say his name, but you tried to say that.
Go back, I'll do the name. Roll back, I'll do the name.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, yeah, it's here. Look on my screen. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Jung King Jian.
Jung King Jian.
Jung King Jian. Did I do it? Mm-hmm. Okay, Jung King Jian brought in. Is that real?
Yes, I just ordered chicken and rice. Thank you.
Thank you.
End of the world.
Jung King Jian brought in Fusarium
King traitor.
Okay, so pronounce the fungus.
That is Fusarium Geminarium.
Geminarium.
Yes, we'll go with Geminarium.
Well, whatever it is pretty dangerous. It's an agroterrorism agent, and she brought that into the United States to research it at the University of Michigan.
My alma mater.
She worked.
They caught him at my airport.
No way.
That alma mater is corrupt. Let me tell you a little.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to go like this. We'll tell you what's going on at these universities and how this applies. The University of Texas, I'm only doing public institutions, okay? Yeah. We have the greatest in the world.
Yeah.
UT is top notch. Yeah. It is always ranked top 5 public universities in America, which means the world. The Brits have the private universities. So, okay. In Texas, it's 90% of the incoming class are residents of Texas, UCLA, and UC Berkeley, you crazy places. 85 to 87% are from California. Even UVA, Virginia, 67%. The University of Michigan, which is routinely considered the best or second best, has one of the largest endowments.
Right.
It's definitely in the public, but of all, 50%. 50%. That's a state university. Wow. Okay, so now these two, Jean and Liu, you're not even students, you're researchers. You don't teach classes, you don't know anybody. Wow. You're funded by the National Science Foundation. The Chinese government gives you a stipend. Mm-hmm. They might also contribute to the university. Nobody's vetted, and you're doing Fusarium. Mm-hmm. Fungi that attacks plants so they can't grow, which leads to starvation. Right. And he's got articles about biological weaponry in his phone, and nobody's looking. Mm-hmm. The University of Michigan is corrupt. They had the biggest DEI program in the country. That's why the president just quit, said they were getting in the way. And I want my university back.
Wow.
Well, look, I mean, why aren't they doing a Chinese ban? They talk about the Muslim ban like we are literally in some kind of a Cold War with China.
Yeah.
So why aren't we just saying, no, we're not having any Chinese coming in anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, is that too controversial to do?
Sounds to me.
Say it.
That's a thought.
Yeah. No, but I mean, and here's the thing. That's one guy. What about you came over the border? You know that there's all kinds coming over the border. You don't think that if China's going to send someone with a biological weapon, they're not going to send one dude.
Well, I'm going to tell you why they do it. The money. Okay, so you're an out-of-state student, you pay $50,000 a year. You're an in-state student, you pay $20,000 a year. Business. When you have a $20 million hedge fund, this is supposed to be to educate the people from here. And look, like Joe Biden, the Penn Biden Center, remember that?
Yes.
For international studies. Who funded that? China.
Who was next door to him?
Who?
It was the Chinese. They were right next to him in the building.
But you make a good point about, okay, I've been to China a couple times. Chinese are not my enemy. The geopolitical
of course,
right.
Race is, okay, you listen to TV, they're our enemy. There are polar opposites in the terms of the power for the world. If that's the case, why are we educating them, giving them access to biolabs? I'm from Detroit. Again, I was a Democrat. I never moved. I've never moved. So when the Chinese cars or the Japanese cars are coming in the 80s and all this. I'm like, why are we teaching Koreans engineering and Germans and the Italians and the Canadians and because now we have our pants around our ankles. There are very few car jobs. The city fell down. We're broke. We went bankrupt. Why are we doing it?
Yep.
Who does it serve?
Right.
Listen, same with Aramco. Same with Aramco. Like back in the day, Texas was the place for oil. They go over and they teach the Saudis, and then the Saudis are like, thank you very much, goodbye. And then that's it. Now you've basically made Saudi Arabia rich from importing their oil. It's a really crazy mentality where we're not looking after our own first, and that's exactly what we should be doing.
Well, and it's not just the students in the universities, which, by the way, Charlie, to your point, I believe I read that it was like 300,000 Chinese nationals a year that we bring in as students to our public universities. Like, that's crazy. That's an insane number.
I would like, just to keep this right? Like, again, I got nothing against anybody from China. Give me a list of everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
I want to know how many Germans.
Yeah.
I want to know how many Russians.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're public universities. That means you're paying for them. So my money is going to educate what? Chinese nationals, how many, from all of these different countries. And then they're using that education to do what? Benefit me? Benefit this country?
Well, in addition to that, what they're doing is they're indoctrinating Americans as well, because if you got the percentage of professors over there, I think it's like right up there with 95% are liberal. So, just in the interest, like I'm a big believer in what Jordan Peterson says, there needs to be a pull on both sides. So you end up like somewhere in the middle. And we just don't have that. So not only are you bringing students in from countries that we are disagreeing. I mean, look, I know Trump said they're stealing they're stealing international, they're stealing our IP. They're doing all this stuff to us.
They're doing that.
They are.
We're bringing them in, and then we're telling them actually how bad this country is, which was really funny. If you meet them, if you meet a lot of the immigrants come in, they go, actually, this is a fantastic country, really. But and by the way, I have a friend of mine. I did a movie in China. Which was a few years ago. It was before things really heated up. But I had a friend of mine that went over that was asked by the Chinese government to go over there to do a movie. He was shadowed every single place that he went. Mm-hmm. Every place there was someone following him. And this is the movie producer.
I think I saw that movie in the adult bookstore.
Shh. I was young. I needed the money. Okay.
So
Long Wan Zhan.
It's not just the universities, though. We have a very real issue with the Chinese nationals buying up our land, specifically near some of our military intelligence sites.
Bases is crazy.
You're talking about Michigan again.
Well,
Hey, Stu,
Michigan,
can I get,
Texas.
Stu, can I get some more gin?
Come grab his cup, Stu. But you've got Katie Hobbs in Arizona, who literally just vetoed a bill that would have banned Chinese nationals, not even just from owning land specifically, but just from owning land near U.S. military installations and other strategic assets.
Okay, back to University of Michigan, okay? So we have Camp Grayling. Camp Grayling is where, military trains. And 5 students, Chinese nationals from the University of Michigan, were flying drones over it, right?
Yep.
And saying, we're just, taking nature photographs for a magazine. They were questioned. Now there's a warrant for their arrest, but they were allowed to graduate and leave.
No kidding. Now there's a warrant for that. Oh, I wonder what someone's doing flying a drone. Let me tell you this. I did a documentary on the border with Iran, right? You know this. It's a very famous thing. It's Daripana, where the Ark is meant to be, Noah's Ark, right? And they're like, "This is where the Ark is, guys. It's not the Ark. I've been there. It's not the Ark."
On Ararat?
Yeah. Climb Mount Ararat. So we had a drone to fly over to get a top-down view, bird's eye view of that site, the Daripana site. And the guy that was there said to us, "If you fly too far that way, they are going to blow your drone out the sky." The Iranians would fire. This was on the Turkish side, though. We weren't on the Iranian side. They were like, they won't let you get anywhere close to the border and blow it out, and they'll blow it out the sky. What are we doing? By the way, there's another thing here. There's one of the bases. I can't remember which one it is, but we have the F-22 Raptors in there, which are still the most advanced fighter aircraft in the world. And our pilots have to drive through Chinese-owned land to get to the base. I mean, this is just like mental.
What could possibly go wrong, though, Matt?
Well, here's also at Camp Grayling, where the kids were taking nature pictures, was there's a Chinese battery plant. There's a big, you probably heard of it nationally, called Goshen. And against people's will, the governor, Whitmer, never let Witless off the hook here, grandma killer. She's pushing for this thing, a Chinese-owned giant battery plant with $1 billion of public investment near a military installation. Nobody wants it except some of the car oligarchs and the governor who just listens to whatever was being said to her. But it's a real national issue. It's a problem. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Governor, I raised it $3,147.80. I'm getting those Freedom of Information Act requests, and we have not forgotten the nursing homes. You're going to answer. Cuomo's answered. You're going to answer. Sorry, go on.
No, I love that.
Awesome.
I love that. Well, so I know we got to go to break here, Stephen, but tell me, what is up with her trying to, she was at that Trump rally in Michigan, and I could tell he knew he was catching her off guard by saying, we got Governor Whitmer here. Come on up and say something. And she's like, oh, shit. I wasn't prepared to be outed.
So great.
What is she doing? She thinks she's going to fake people out by
He
pretending?
pulled the same trick a week ago. Like, yeah, we're going to have a one-on-one meeting. And she's in the anteroom, the presidential aide say, he's ready for you, madam. Opens the door and it's all the press there. And she takes the folder and puts it over her face.
Oh, yeah, I did see that
so
picture.
funny.
She wants to be your president. Take my word. This is not even high school student body president material. Take my word.
Yeah. No, she's awful. She is terrible.
She's not smart, and you're going to find it out.
I can't wait.
Just take my word for it.
Blow her whole life up.
Oh, no.
What?
No violence.
Oh my gosh, that's not what I meant.
I know, but I don't need the email. Oh, there he's blowing up.
If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.